Hi class, so today we are going to be doing our lesson on the branches of the government. So this is what we will be covering for our social studies lesson this week. So does anyone know the three branches of the government? Well, let's do a read aloud first to give you some information. So to start off our lesson, we are going to read a book called The Little Book of Government, and hopefully this book will introduce you to the branches of the government that we're going to be talking about in class. What is government? Maybe you've heard grown-ups talking about it and know a little bit about it. Or maybe you don't know anything except that government is a long word that starts with the letter G. There are so many things to know about government. Not only what it is, but why it's important. Are you ready to learn? Just turn the page. The government is a group of people who run a country, a state, a city, or even a small community like a school or a home. So we are going to pause and I'm going to ask you guys a question. What is the name of your country, state, and city? Do you guys know? Well, we live in the United States, and we're in the state of Ohio, and most of us live in Nelsonville, or the Athens area. Let's look at your school. Playground safety rules. No pushing or shoving. Wait your turn, and be kind to everyone. Your principal is in charge of enforcing the rules so that everything runs smoothly and all of the students, teachers, and other people who work there stay safe. At home, your parents make sure everyone follows the rules. So let's pause. What are some of the rules at your home that keep you and your family safe? Maybe it's turning off the lights when you're not in the room, or maybe it's being kind to your siblings. The United States government is in charge of making sure that everything runs smoothly and everyone stays safe in our entire country. When did the United States government start? Well, almost 250 years ago, before there were cars, computers, cell phones, tablets, or even grocery stores. The founding fathers of the United States of America wrote a document called the Constitution. It listed important rights, like freedom of speech, for all Americans. The same document that was created so many years ago still serves as the basis of our government today. The United States government has lots of important jobs. What are some of those jobs? Well, educating students, building roads, printing money, keeping people safe, being fair and just, protecting the environment, making laws. What are laws exactly? Think of laws as another word for rules. Laws are rules that everyone must follow to protect people and property. Can you guys think of a law that protects people or property? I can think of one. Maybe a law is following the speed limit so that everyone stays safe while they're on the road. The laws of our country are made by the United States government, which is located in our nation's capital of Washington, D.C. So how does the United States government even work? The United States government is made up of 3 branches: the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. 1, 2, 3. The executive branch of government is in charge of carrying out and enforcing the laws. This branch includes the president and the vice president. It also includes other important officials who work with the president and advise him or her on matters related to their departments. The second branch of our government is called the legislative branch. It includes the House of Representatives and the Senate, who work together to make the laws of our country. Together, they are called Congress. Every state has representatives in Congress, including Ohio. The third branch of our government is the judicial branch, and this branch is made up of judges and the courts and includes the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in our country. What is a court anyway? Well, when people have a disagreement that they can't resolve themselves, they go to court. It is the job of our courts to interpret the laws and decide who is right and who is wrong. The United States government was created by the people and for the people. This system of government is called a democracy, and it means that everyone who lives in our country has a say in how it is run. There's so much to know about our government and how it works. Keep learning so that you can use your voice to continue to make our country a wonderful place to live. Congratulations, guys! You've earned your government badge. Now you know so much about how the United States government works. So I hope this book, I know it was short and I know it was a smaller picture book, but I hope it kind of helped you guys to understand a little bit more about what our government is and how the 3 branches work. Oops. Okay, so the 3 branches of the government are judicial, legislative, and executive. So just a little recap, the judicial branch is made up of Supreme Court, state courts, and federal courts. The legislative branch is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. And the executive branch is the President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States. So why do we have 3 branches? For checks and balances. So basically this means so the 3 branches of the government kind of rely on each other and work with each other to make sure that our country is a safe and happy place. So this was just a little matching game where we are to put each matching picture into the correct branch. Okay, so the White House, where do we think that goes? If the president lives in the White House, I think that goes into the executive branch. So this is a gavel which is used in courts. So where do you think that goes? I think that goes in judicial branch. So tax, this basically is like tax laws. So where do we think that goes? I think that goes into legislative branch. This is a judge. He also has a gavel, so where do we think he goes? I think that goes over here in the judicial branch. Okay, and these are former presidents, so where do you think they go? I think they go in executive branch. And last but not least, this is a paper and a pen, a feather pen. I'm assuming it means that laws are written down on here, or rules, so where do you think that goes? I think that goes over here by the legislative branch. Look at that. Good job, guys. So I hope this lesson was informative, and I hope you guys learned a little bit more about the branches of the government, what they do, and who they consist of.